up, metalheads? Today we're going to be talking about Iron Man's Powerslave. Alright, I know I haven't made a video in a while. It's because I've been a bit busy over the school holidays. I've been to Japan. Anyway, I've been letting my hair grow out because I want to grow it out to look like that Bruce Dickinson slavery era look. So I'm sorry, it looks a bit messy, a bit long. Anyway, let's start with the front cover of the album. It depicts Eddie as like a dead pharaoh with his own pyramid and his peasants bringing them up to his pyramid with his in his sarcophagus, and very cool spooky album cover. I love that so much with a lightning bolt at the top, shiny Iron Maiden text at the top. It looks great. To the back, we've got the inside of Eddie's pyramid with his sarcophagus in there and his worshipping people, and what looks like the River Nile in the background with the setting sun. Also very spooky looking with all the hieroglyphs and stuff. Perfect for the album, and just perfect, like this whole stage set for Live After Death and the Slavery Tour just looked great with all of that on it. I know I've talked about this album before on my top 5 albums video. I talked about it because it's my 5th favourite metal album of all time, because it is a very, very good album. It's one of those legendary albums like Master of Puppets and Rust in Peace and that kind of stuff. So it has a track listing of Aces High, 2 Minutes to Midnight, Lost for Words, Flash of the Blade, The Duelists, Back in the Village, Powerslave, Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. Very long song. Let's start with Aces High. I reckon Aces High is one of those very iconic kind of fan favourite kind of songs, just because like it's very iconic for, like Live After Death on the Slavery Tour opening, and they're playing it now on the Run for Your Lives as an opening for the encore, which I think everyone loves because they haven't played it since the Legacy of the Beast. So that's a great fast tempo song, which is really cool, and just a typical Maiden song about the Spitfires and all war and stuff, which is great. Next is 2 Minutes to Midnight. I love this song because although it's one of those more popular songs, it is like really good. It's got that really catchy riff at the start, iconic riff really, about like nuclear war and all that stuff. And also that's one of the singles from the album, as well as Aces High, with very cool singles are with Eddie like kind of detonating a big mushroom cloud bomb in the background. It looks sick as hell. Next we have Lost for Words, one of their instrumentals. It is a cool kind of very jumpy kind of song. It almost sounds like a Yannick Gers song, even though it's not. But very fun and jumpy and like kind of kind of thing, which is actually quite cool. But I don't think it's my favourite Maiden instrumental. I think that's got to be like Transylvania or Genghis Khan or something. But it's a good song. It's maybe a bit filler on there, but oh well. Next is Flash of the Blade. I do love the intro riff to this. It's very dramatic. It's a bit like Wasted Years with that guitar start on it. I love that kind of with the pull-offs and stuff on it. It's really like fast and a bit spooky even. I know I use the word spooky a lot, but it's the best way to describe it. It's great. Next, The Duelists. That's got some hilarious lyrics in it, and so does Flash of the Blade. But The Duelists as well, a bit like Lost for Words. It seems a bit filler, but it is a good song. Always love listening to it on this album. Not much to say about that song though. Do like it though. This whole album is just brilliant. And next is Back in the Village. I think this is technically a sequel to Children of the Damned. I think there was a movie, Back in the Village and Children of the Damned. That's a good song on there. I love the chorus bit for that. I know it's repetitive, but it's really like high tempo, and like the way Bruce sings it is just like catchy, I guess. And I love how it finishes on that as well, which is really cool. But probably my favourite song on this album is the next song from that, Powerslave. Because again, it's very spooky, and I love the intro for it, and then the big drum roll bit Nico plays on there, and then on the Live After Death video, the big puff of fire and smoke, and then Bruce comes out with his bird mask on. It's just brilliant. But I love the theme on that song, how it's all like ancient Egyptian and about the pharaoh's death and like the afterlife and stuff. It's that kind of, it's like Creeping Death and Powerslave and Creeping Death and whatnot. Just those Egyptian songs. That seems to be a very metal theme, but yeah, that's just an absolute banger of a song. And that intro riff to it again is just like very catchy and like spooky. There's like some like the part is just like one of those, I don't know what it is about them, but like the end of Creeping Death, like after the after that whole part, and then that in Powerslave, they just sound like that really creepy Egyptian music, which I think is just so cool and hella metal. Yeah. Next is Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. This is their first kind of really long song, and I know it's a fan favorite because they're playing it now on the Run for Your Lives, and everyone seems to be loving it, which it is a great song. It's like 13 minutes of absolute banger about that poem, Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, and the album, it's just an absolute journey and a story to listen to. Like, you listen to it and you're like, yep, I'm getting ready for this, and it's just like, there's no missing that part. And I love that middle part, how it slows down. It's like all that kind of like mystical and like eerie even, that kind of slow and clean part in that. And then I love how it jumps back into the fast part of that. And then it's just the whole story. It's great to listen to. Yeah, that's all the songs for it. Great album. I'll give this a 8 out of 10, I reckon. 8 horns out of 10. It's a great album. Released in 1984 as Iron Maiden's Powerslave. Even though we're talking about Powerslave, I can't really miss out Live After Death because it's kind of like a 2-in-1. So I have the vinyl album here. My uncle sent me. Thank you very much for that if you're watching. This is such a cool piece. Love the cover for this. That is so cool. One of my favourite Eddies, like bursting out of the grave like No Prayer for the Dying style. But H.P. Lovecraft on there. That's very cool. Like, great album cover, so spooky. Over Los Angeles and stuff, Eddie just like in the hills and death on there, and the same black cat as on the Summer in Time album cover. Open it up, we have this epic gatefold with the Slavery Tour stage set and Steve jumping really high and Big Eddie coming out with like jets coming out of his eyes. It's fully sick. Like some sick photos in there too. Bruce with the Union Jack in there. It's great. This live album's got to be like one of their best, along with like Beast Over Hammersmith probably. And even Rockin' Rio. I thought the Rockin' Rio live album was great. But this set list too is brilliant. Like it's just all hits, no misses. It's Churchill's Speech, Aces High, 2 Minutes to Midnight, The Trooper, Revelations, Flight of Icarus, Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, Powerslave, The Number of the Beast, Hallowed Be Thy Name, Iron Maiden, Run to the Hills, Running Free. And then on the vinyl, there's the fourth side with Wrathchild, 22 Acacia Avenue, Children of the Damned, Die With Your Boots On, and Phantom of the Opera, which I think were at Hammersmith Odeon. I think they were recorded, those ones, or other nights on the Long Beach Arena. I think they did like 4 or 5 nights there. So that's really cool to have that extra songs on there, which the CD doesn't have. So that's great to see. Let's get these vinyls out. Love these sleeves in there. Cool with the band on them. Love that middle picture of Bruce. So cool, commanding the crowd as he does. Lyrics and a picture of the stage. And this is just on black vinyl. Cool with the track list on there with the grave and Eddie's hand coming out. Let's get this other one out. Again, more photos of the band. Another funny one with Bruce in the middle and Nico there. flip it around another stage, more lyrics, and then another black vinyl on there with the same photo in the middle. Get that back in there. Then we have it, Live After Death, World Slavery Tour 1985, Long Beach Arena. Had to add that on to Powerslave because that's like a double for that album basically. I love listening to Powerslave and then Live After Death. So I hope you enjoyed today's album review of Powerslave by Iron Maiden, released in 1984. Just a quick little video today, not long, just to get uploads going. I'm sorry I haven't made a video in a while. So let me know in the comments, what's your favourite song from this album? Because it's like basically all hits, no misses, so I would like to know in the comments. By the way, I bought tickets to see Iron Maiden in November with Megadeth supporting, so that's fully sick. And keep it mellow.